Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. Today we'll be discussing why, in the name of Merlin's beard, Sirius Black decided to slash the portrait of the Fat Lady in The Prisoner of Azkaban. For those of you who may be a little fuzzy on the details, in the third installment of the Harry Potter series, we are introduced to the character of Sirius Black, Harry's godfather, loyal member of the Order of the Phoenix, and former best friend of Harry's dad, James Potter. However, before we get to know the real Sirius, the depiction of him is that of a wanted fugitive who spent a whole decade in the magical prison of Azkaban for the murder of his former friend, Peter Pettigrew. To Harry and his fellow students, this dangerous wizard version of Sirius is obviously quite terrifying. Of course, we eventually come to uncover the truth about Sirius, his loyal friendship with James, and how the two of them, alongside Peter Pettigrew and Remus Lupin, were all inseparable while attending Hogwarts, even calling their little gang the Marauders. Which brings me to the fact that each member of the Marauders actually had the ability to change from their human form to that of an animal. Remus was a werewolf, so he didn't have much choice in the matter, but in an effort to support Remus, the three other young wizards all learned how to become animagi. James was able to transform himself into a stag, Sirius into a dog, and Peter into a rat. Now, it's around this point in both the novel and the film that we also discover that Sirius never actually committed any of the crimes he was accused of, and that he was actually framed for betraying Lily and James Potter, as well as the murder of Peter by Peter himself. All of which was made possible by the fact that Peter could transition into a rat. But if Sirius wasn't actually a bad wizard, why then did he slash the portrait of the Fat Lady? To Harry and many others, this act appeared to be further proof that he was guilty of his accused crimes. In fact, by defacing the painting, which of course concealed the entrance to the Gryffindor common room, Sirius sent the entire student body, and Harry especially, into a panic. Well, as it turns out, Sirius was actually looking for Peter, not Harry. Obviously enraged by Peter's betrayal of their mutual friends, the Potters, as well as himself, and accounting for the fact that he had been held prisoner in Azkaban surrounded by soul-sucking dementors for the last 10 years, he likely wasn't in the best frame of mind. And so, in a rage that Peter had roamed free, and considering the fact that Sirius had lived as his dog form for the better part of a decade to shield himself from the effects of the dementors, he was likely feeling a little, how shall I put it, feral. As a former Gryffindor himself, Sirius knew that the entrance to Gryffindor was behind the Fat Lady, but not being a current student, he wouldn't have had the password. Believing Peter to be hiding out inside in his rat form, a frustrated and thoroughly angry Sirius probably just lost it on the Fat Lady, slashing the portrait and forcing his way inside. And with that, we've come to the end of another video. What did you think? Do you agree with me? Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, remember, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.